Okay, if you have gone through the module, in the last tutorial we were talking about oral presentation skills. Today we'll be looking at group interaction skills. That will be the last two in the module, 9 and 10. Okay, so in the module itself you have some pointers on how to do interactions in groups. What do you understand by interaction? First of all, I'm talking about interaction. Let's see whether we know what we are talking about.
Communicate.
Sorry?
Two-way
Communicate, two-way communication. What else? Sharing of information. What else? When do people interact? Give me some occasions where people have to interact in groups. Meetings, good. To give opinion. Some more? In the house? Do we talk to each other in the house? Yes. Do we shout at each other in the house? We do sometimes because of the lack of interaction skills. Okay. Sorry? Social functions, yes. Do you go to parties? You do, okay. Ladies' night out, men's night out. Okay, these are all the places where we do interactions. Now, some people naturally are simply very quiet. Okay, some people naturally are also very noisy. So we have these two ends, and we also have people who are actually moderately either this way or that way. Quiet sometimes, noisy sometimes. Now, what create this kind of situation? Okay, now sometimes, how do you rate yourself? Are you a quiet person, or are you quite a noisy person?
Depending on the situation.
Depending on the situation. Oh yes, you look at the situation, you look at the group, okay, where you are in. Okay, you can be noisy outside. Here you are quite quiet. All right. So that's what we call personality based on situations, okay? But naturally, if you are quite an easygoing person, interactions will not be that difficult, even though you get to new groups. Okay, now topic 9 on page, my book says page 144. Yours? 144 as well, okay. Now, if you look at the learning outcomes for this topic, at the end of this topic, people should be able to, 1, ask relevant questions. Okay, relevant questions meaning when we talk about sports, we talk about sports. We ask questions about sports. Don't ask about what food do you bring when you watch football. Okay, so relevant questions, we respond to questions. In interaction, we respond to questions. Okay, people are also able to express opinions. When asked, you should be able to share. Okay, what do you think? And respond to opinions. When people say something, we should not simply absorb. What we should do is, we take in, we evaluate, we respond. You either agree or you also can disagree. In interactions as well, we can also negotiate. Sometimes we negotiate with our friends. Okay, shall we go for a picnic this weekend? This weekend or not this weekend? Why not? There goes the negotiation. I've got this going on. Okay, let's find a date where we can go together. That is a simple negotiation. Now, finally, people are also expected to be able to argue and concede. Meaning you can stand up for your point, and at the same time, sometimes you should be able to agree to disagree. Okay? To avoid fights, people should learn to agree to agree. People should also learn to agree to disagree. Understand that point? Yeah. So, if we can have these qualities in us, we can solve many quarrels. Many quarrels. Okay, the problem people argue is because Everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to say, yeah, I'm sorry, you are right. It's always say, no, I'm right, you are wrong. Okay? So now, today, we are going to look at some aspects of interaction. Please share, okay, some experiences that you have, some arguments that you have. Find the reasons behind these arguments, and let's see how it could have been solved. Okay? So, now, what involves in interactions? We have questions, we have answers. Okay? Let's say when you go to, you are at a bus stop. Okay? At a bus stop, everybody standing there, everybody looking at each other. Nobody is going to start a conversation. So what happens? Or if you go to a party, okay, you might be going to a party where it's it might not be your office party. It could be you are following someone, you're going with someone, okay, and you find that you are lost because you don't seem to know anyone. Now, are you going to have an interesting night, or are you going to have a boring night? Boring night. If you decide not to speak to anyone, how can you turn it into an interesting night? I caught you while you were saying something. Okay, so you have to strike a conversation. Yes, strike a conversation. Now, how do we start a conversation? This problem is for people of all ages. Okay, it's not only for the young. Even those who are quite senior, okay, find it difficult to strike a conversation. I do have some experiences whereby I find people coming up to me, not me coming up to people coming up to me and start a discussion, which I actually enjoyed in the end. And I always tell myself, it's good to have people coming up to you first, all the time. Okay, so what I must do is now to learn the skills of getting to people and start a conversation. But of course, number one, the topics must be of common interest in the right situation. In the right situation. If you are at a birthday party, what do you think we should talk about? Okay. Jokes, okay. You can start throwing out jokes. What else?
Share your own experience of having birthday party.
Yeah, share your experience of having birthday parties. If you are attending children's birthday party where you have to bring children along with you, could be yours, could be your sisters or who else, but you are to attend a birthday party. So you'll be talking about who these kids are. Okay? Hey, is that yours? No, this is my sister. Okay? My sister. But we look alike. Okay, so it goes in that manner. Topics of discussion follows the situation all the time.